Hello, 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 hello. Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Liverpool 1. I'm wrecked. I'm absolutely wrecked after that. Um, what a game. I have to let people know that the length of this show will be determined by how long my 2-year-old child stays quiet while watching Peppa Pig and eating a noise pop. So it could be 5 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, 20 minutes max though, okay, because he doesn't take long eating a noise pop. Ollie says, that was gut wrenching. Gut wrenching, he says. Ollie, I'm going to be honest with you. It felt like one of those days. It really did. It felt like one of those days where it just wasn't going to drop for us. We weren't going to put the finishing touch on something. And you know what? With about 5 minutes to go, I looked up the stats just to see, and I was like, Salah is way too quiet in this game. I think he had one shot off target, and he had about 75% success rate with his passes. Look, it's an absolutely and utterly huge 3 points for Liverpool, and I mean huge. Like, it's because what happened with Chelsea today, and you see us going to Wolves, and Wolves are in decent form. They're in decent form, but it was just one of those where just get the 3 points. I said it beforehand, just get the 3 points, and it just didn't look like it was going. Daddy Pig says, "Hey, Daddy Pig." Funny enough, son is watching Peppa. But he says, let me see now, I get this in for you. He says, well, in the end we had to put our balaclava on and bogle that result. It took us Origi to save us. Origi. Do you know what? Like, let's go back to the start. The lineup, same as Wednesday night against Everton. I was absolutely delighted, absolutely and utterly delighted with that. Because I looked at Wolves and I thought to myself, they haven't made many changes. They haven't made many changes in the last couple of games. Maybe one in midfield, maybe one up front. They hadn't made a lot, and I thought they might be tired. And I was quite happy with that. I didn't. If they had refreshed, I would have been a bit more worried with them at home in decent form. Storm Thomas is high gav from Mongolia. Origi magic. I'm over the moon. I'm absolutely and utterly over the moon. I really am. I'm just going to throw loads of comments up here as we go, if that's okay, and I might break up what I'm saying to you. But holy Jesus, my heart says Garmac LFC. You know, it's one of those. It's just. It feels like. Do you know what it feels like? It feels like Villa. It feels like Villa going back 1920. Mane were a late winner. That's what it feels like. You know, Kieran says Wolves were doing the minority players going down pretending to be injured, taking the sting out of the game and fucking up air rhythm. And when I seen Jimenez do that when he goes off the pitch and comes back on, I thought back to, I watched him play Leeds a couple of weeks ago, and he was on the ground more than he was standing up. He really was. Stephen Dunn is absolutely buzzing in the Netherlands at the moment. Stephen Dunn, if I'm right, unless he's travelling, but he says we're never going to stop. It's an absolutely massive 3 points. Like, it's, I can't get over it. But back to the lineup anyway. Delighted with the lineup. First half, there's not much to talk about, lads, is there? You know, it's one of those where we've 3 or 4 shots. Jota, Matip, I think, is a header. Trent hits one over. They don't do anything. I think they've won right on at the end with their left back Nuri, which is miles off target. And you know, you're kind of saying to yourself, you know, it's 0-0. It's half time. We haven't been great, but Klopp will put a rocker up this, and he did. For me, he did, because we just completely controlled it. I think they end up with 3 shots in the whole game, 2 on target, and we're just completely in control. And having said that, I'm watching it and I'm thinking, this isn't coming. You know, our WhatsApp group was like, lads, it's one of those days. It's absolutely one of those days. And you just have to take it. But what would annoy you more is the fact that, you know, Chelsea had lost earlier. Chelsea were in a commanding position against West Ham and lost. That guy's goal near the end, I don't think he means it, but it's still a win. Paulie Walnut says, thank you, Divock. I would have had sleepless nights for the week. Yeah, I would have been the same. But I kind of had resigned myself, I'm going to be honest. When it's 92, 93 minutes, I'm resigning myself to, it's going to take something special here to win this. They were very good. I thought they were good, Virgin, and very good defensively. I thought we were the makings of our own problems in the just the final ball, the lack of good finishing. There was just loads of stuff that just wasn't going right for us. Jota should score in the first half, and that cross. Yeah, Chris, you're right. He should score in that first half, but the second half when the mix up with the keeper and then he's in, and I'm like, when he does that, when he hits it off Cody, I'm like, no, this is never happening. This is never happening. Kev O'Sullivan says, smash the like button. If you can, go ahead. Go and do that. We've 60 people watching. It's 25 have liked. If you want to hit the like button, go ahead. But if you think my son is sound for sitting there eating an ice pop and watching Peppa Pig and being quiet for the first 6 minutes of this, give him a like, not me. Give him a like, because as soon as he goes mental, I have to get out of here. It's just one of those on a Saturday afternoon. The Reclaimer, you know what? Buzzing off this all night. Nothing better than a late win to go top, and of course we do go top with that win. You know, we go top with that win, and it's big. It's big because I said during the week, this feels like a run-in. We're 15 games into the season, and this feels like a 20-plus game run-in. Every result is going to matter. I think it's going to take a good couple of weeks before a Liverpool, a City, or a Chelsea will have a game where they go, you know what, we're a bit clear. If we lose or we draw, we're still clear. I think it's going to take a couple of weeks. Chris Brack says he's absolutely buzzing. And Kevin Ball, he says, let me see now. He says Origi is clutch. Hopefully this gives him a bit of confidence now. I was okay with the Origi sub, I'm being honest, because it was something different. I don't think Henderson played well today. He was immense during the week. I don't think he was good today. I think he was trying to overdo stuff and not patient enough for me. But it was a strange one. Where you go, alright, Henderson's poor, but he's putting the Origi in, but listen, he brings on Chamberlain as well, and I was kind of looking, going, Chamberlain, maybe a shot from outside the box. That might be the thinking of it. Keep Lunkett, I didn't even text him or paid him to say this, but this is exactly how I feel at the minute. He says that Aston Villa, the year we won the league, vibes off that. That's what I'm getting. And Kev O'Sullivan reckons the break midweek is needed. Well, I think we'll see changes. For Milan on Tuesday night. And Thiago, man of the match, I agree with that. Garmack, I really do. I thought he was excellent. Overall, our midfielders, he was looking to get forward, he was getting stuck in, he was looking for the passes and stuff like that. But the goal itself, you know, what a ball by Virgil van Dijk, and what a touch by Mo Salah to just put himself into space and give him time to think. Ball into the box. Anyone that hasn't seen it, Mo's down the right hand side, lovely raking ball by Van Dijk. Mo's first touch is straight out of his feet, gets in, pulls it back towards the corner of the 6-yard box. Origi, you're thinking, hit it. He doesn't. He takes a touch, swivels, hits it with his left foot in at the near post, and it's absolutely. I just went fucking mental. My son was looking at me going, what is this fella on? Someone's trying to eat his dinner. But it was just absolutely unbelievable finish to the game. Gav said, Patsy says we have a run of games now until Chelsea away on the 2nd of January that we're serious about this league. We should be winning. Yeah, I know we have. I know our next 2 league games, I think, are Newcastle and Villa at home, am I right? I know we have a League Cup in there towards Christmas against Leicester. We travel away to Leicester. We travel away to Chelsea. I think we've Leeds at home around the Christmas time. This is off the top of my head. I usually know them, but I'm absolutely fucking shaking here, to be honest with you. Michael Finucane, he's in Frankfurt. It's great finding all these people all over the world. Buzzing here in Frankfurt. Get on the cans, Gav. No cans in the house this evening. For the moment, when my wife and daughter get back, we might have a chat around heading the off license and getting a few cans. Let me see. Thor, I don't know if it's the original Thor, but it's Thor. He says, all you say, Gav, is true, but the only team that tried to win, but that's football. Great to punish Chelsea for the first time this season. Origi doing his best in rush. Yeah, and you know what? We've had the opportunities to go and win games after Chelsea have dropped points, and we haven't. And today we have, and I'm wondering how big that will be. Kieran B goes back to the Jota miss, and for anyone that sees it, he's been absolutely brilliant, Jota, but I just couldn't believe it. Like, he says, that Jota miss, talk about shouting at the telly. Yeah, I was like, what? Look, am I actually seeing this, the sort of way? Chris says, forget cans, get a keg of lager in. No, I can't. Not tonight. Not tonight. I'm taking it easy. Lala says, Wolves are shit. I just couldn't believe how negative they were. We've spoken quite a bit about Liverpool will dominate you. Liverpool will, pen you in. But this new Liverpool give you chances. They give you chances on the break if you can get out. And with Traore, you think there's your out ball. It's absolutely made for the out ball. And you had Wang, you had Raul Jimenez, and Raul Jimenez is decent at holding the ball up. Wang is an intelligent footballer. Traore has pace to burn. Even if he drifts in off the right or, goes through the middle, and is over on the left at times. They had it made. Like, if they even go back and look at Southampton or Anfield, who caught us on the break a few times, because that's how risky we're playing things at the moment. But they just didn't do it. They just didn't do it. Ollie says, it's a good point, but he's trying to annoy me at the same time. He says you could make a Football in the World episode on late Divock goals. You could. But lads, I'm just over the moon. I'm absolutely and utterly over the moon. I only wanted to come on here for 15 minutes to get people's thoughts. Throw in your man of the match me before I head off. But over the moon with it. To go top of the league, to capitalise on Chelsea is absolutely huge. Big games coming up. A chance to rest players during the week, but big games coming up. And just to get, City will more than likely go back to the top of the table after the game this evening. They're on a 5:30 away at Watford. But, it's one of those where you just have to turn and say, you know what? Wasn't a great day. We weren't brilliant. Finishing was off. Final ball, just that little bit of composure maybe at times, but we still got there. We still got there. Real Talk Football TV podcast. That's a long name. Jesus, that was a mouthful. But I'll throw it up here. He had, or they have, Origi as man of the match. Mark Sproul, I haven't seen this yet but a few lads have said it to me. But I was getting ready just to go live. But he says the touchline celebration, the Scouse Greek cost us hanging off Klopp. The goal goes in. I'm celebrating. I'm literally going mental. But at the same time, I'm trying to set this show up, and I'm kind of looking away, looking back. So I'll definitely go and check that out. C. Cotter says the same. Hints of 1920 off that game. Mark Sproul, Thiago man of the match for him. Thiago's getting a big show here. Richard has Matip, who was good. Matip was good. The Reclaimer wants Divock as man of the match. I think it's hard to argue with Divock Origi. He comes on, he makes a difference in a game where, it's one of those where nobody plays badly, but nobody plays great. There's a couple of performances maybe. I think Mane was a bit off it. Henderson was a bit off it. But overall, it's they're like 6, 7 out of 10, and they need that little bit extra. But Divock comes on and he does it. Slim Reaper, who is a regular viewer, Aston Villa fan. He says more and more impressed with Thiago in the Liverpool shirt now. And to let you know, the shorts are on sale in Sports Direct. For €35. There you go. He must work for Sports Direct. Looking for a bargain. Chris Brack says the goal goes in, he goes mental, and Mrs. Brack sent him upstairs like a bold child. So there you go. There's loads of this coming in, and you know what? We have to just let him away with it. But Ethic Boxing says Jota's miss had me on the floor screaming in agony. It was just one of those, wasn't it? It's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Wayne Stewart said, how many more games, Gav? Wins, Wayne, 20. I've tweeted out. I always do. Gary Mack says, play shy and win as the market champions. I don't think we were shy. I just think it was one of those where stages we were good, but in the final third I thought we were just overzealous at times. Last ball, not great at times. But it's just one of those. What can you do? But look, I'm absolutely and utterly Delighted. Dennis Kelly says bar Thiago. Or bar Origi, Thiago is the only player you could possibly give man of the match to. Chris Brax has still not lost a league game with Fabinho and Thiago starting in midfield. Only one draw in that run too. Kieran says we didn't look as fluid because of Wolves' defensive setup and time wasting. We were awful with our passes in the first half, felt sloppy. Yeah, I agree with that. Very low block. Wolves applied. Fair enough, a low block, but play out and try get out and do something. But they just didn't. They weren't interested. And for that reason, sometimes I do feel sorry for other teams when they give her everything and you get a last minute winner against them and you go, you know what, delighted for the Reds, but you feel a bit sorry for that other side. But today I don't. They were so defensive and so negative. It was actually ridiculous. But look, Matip's getting a shout for man of the match. Thiago's getting a shout, but I think Origi is the man we have to give it to. My son has finished his ice pop, as you can probably hear in the background. He's giving out yards. I'll stick on the highlights for him now, and he should be absolutely fine. Don't forget, hit the like button if you can. Subscribe if you want to. We're going to try to do this full-time Reds after as many games as we possibly can. We do put a lot of content out there. This is another show that I've somehow committed myself to. But if you like it, please hit the like button. Subscribe. When we're finished, there's comments underneath. If you want to leave your reaction, leave your feedback, whatever else. This is a brand new setup, as you can see on screen. So if it's something that you like, let us know. If it's something that you don't like, and you want a different setup, let us know as well. But like, subscribe, and as I said, Fatback 4 tomorrow night, 10 p.m, where we go through this game from absolute start to finish and talk about every player and probably get different man of the match shouts. And I wanted to keep anyone quiet. I wanted to give anyone ice pops to keep them quiet. Let's go Watford, says Etik. Yeah, they're at home to City, but I expect City to win that quite handy, to be honest with you. I'd say Watford put in a very, very big effort against Chelsea during the week, and now they're coming up against a team that keep the ball even better for me, so it's one of those. But yeah, that is it. That has been Full-Time Reds with the LFC Daytrippers. Don't forget the show tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. And loads of stuff coming during the week as well. We'll have one of these after Milan. We should have one of these after as many games as we can. Usually me, sometimes me and other people. And I'm trying to get a list together of people that would like to come on. Hit us up via email, lfcdaytrippers@gmail.com, and just write guest as your heading, and I'll get it, okay? Yeah, that's it. Talk to you in a bit. Over now.